This is Carol Kolakowski presenting on the Dick and Carey model of instructional design. What is instructional design? Driscoll and Carliner state that design is more than a process, that process and resulting product represent a framework of thinking. In other words, instructional design allows for the development of instructional opportunities that effectively enhance the learning experience for our students. This slideshow presentation will outline the Dick and Carey model of instructional design, research supporting the use of the model, as well as practical application in a second grade classroom. The Dick and Carey model of instructional design was developed by Dr. Walter Dick, a professor at Florida State University, and Lou Carey, a graduate student at FSU. Together, along with Carey's husband, James Carey, they published the book, The Systematic Design of Instruction. This book, now in its sixth printing, was re-released in 2015. The model was developed after years of practical experience, research, and study on the theories of the way students learn. A Dick and Carey model offers a step-by-step approach to instructional design with 10 interrelated components that allow the teacher to effectively plan, design, implement, and evaluate instruction. Beginning with the identification of instructional goals and leading up through the summative assessment, the plan offers a systematic approach for instruction. It pays particular attention on the revision of instruction as needed. This helps to secure student learning and ensure mastery of the targeted standards. We will look at the Dick and Carey model in further detail toward the end of this slideshow when it is applied to a second grade math lesson. Numerous researchers have looked at the effectiveness of the Dick and Carey model. Hussein and Ishmael concluded that the model was effective for both traditional classroom and online instruction, particularly because behaviorist, cognitivist, and constructivist learning theories were all taken into consideration when the model was developed. In 2014, Gaksu, Ozcan, Kakir, and Goktis conducted a study of 113 published papers from across the world which studied and evaluated research trends among instructional design models. The Dick and Carey model was one of the more frequently described models, appearing in 8 published research papers of the 113 studied. Gaksu et al. Summarized the researchers' findings regarding the effectiveness of the Dick and Carey model as follows. Number 1, implementation of the model improved individual learning. Number 2, the model's implementation led to improved collaborative learning. And 3, student motivation increased through the use of the Dick and Carey model. We will now take a look at the practical application of the Dick and Carey model when planning a second grade math lesson. The standard under consideration asks students to recognize, read, and write numbers to 1,000. They will accomplish this using base 10 blocks by writing numerals, writing number words, as well as writing numbers in expanded form. At stage 1, the beginning of the process, the teacher will establish goals for instruction. For this particular lesson, the instructional goals are for the students to read and write numbers to 100 on a Freire model using numerals, drawings of base 10 blocks, number words, and expanded form. The students are being asked to write a number less than 100 because we are looking at the first 9 weeks of school. This is a progressive standard, and students will grow in proficiency at accomplishing this task as the year goes on. A Freire model is a graphic organizer which allows the students to organize and show their thinking. The paper is divided into 4 equal sections where they can show the representation of the number in different ways. At stage 2, it is time for the teacher to analyze instruction. Today, students will use manipulatives, that being base 10 blocks. They will also use number lines and anchor charts to help them complete the Freire model when illustrating the number less than 100. Stage 3 is an extremely important step for all teachers. At this stage, the teacher will analyze learner characteristics and entry-level behaviors. This class is made up of 17 second grade students in a reduced class model EIP, Early Intervention Program classroom. 10 of the 17 students are second language learners and receive ESOL services. The students are of mixed ability and are generally enthusiastic learners. The environment of the classroom shows students working in small groups of 3 or 4. The classroom is well equipped with technology, including a smartboard for effective whole group demonstration of the targeted skills. At stage 4, the teacher will write performance objectives for the lesson. When given a number of less than 100, students will use base 10 blocks to illustrate that number. Using anchor charts and number lines, students will practice writing the number in different forms. Stage 5 finds the teacher identifying which criterion-referenced assessments would be best suited to this unit. Students will complete a pre-test, practice tests, and post-test in order to demonstrate proficiency of targeted skills. Stage 6 has the teacher writing the instructional lesson plan. The teacher will use the smartboard to introduce the concept that there is more than one way to show a number. Students will be placed in small groups based on performance on the pretest to practice targeted skills. The teacher will work with small groups to remediate or provide extension activities as appropriate. Students will work on varied, research-based activities to reinforce understanding. Stage 7 lists the instructional materials used for this lesson, which include the smartboard, base 10 blocks, number line, anchor charts, and Freyer model. Stages 8 and 9 bring us to our assessment phase. Formative evaluation will take place throughout the week and will include responses to journal prompts, tickets out the door, and teacher observation. Results of formative assessments will be used to help the teacher revise instruction. Summative evaluation will involve a common assessment that will be administered at the conclusion of the unit to determine student proficiency. Thank you for viewing my slideshow on the Dick and Carey model.